Right, are we live? We might be live. If you can see me, say hello. I think we're live. Right. Yeah, we are live, I think, because I can see myself on there. As you can see, we're in the new Lego room, so we're having a few little technical difficulties. But if anyone watching live can just wave, say hello. Don't wave. I need to be right in the chat that you can see me and or hear me. And then I'll believe. There you go. Will has said in the chat that I am live. Oh my word. That's been a kerfuffle trying to get that up and running. YouTube apparently doesn't like having a stream scheduled to start at 8:30 and then you're trying to go live at 8 o'clock. So I broke the original version, which is why some people probably haven't found this with the exits on a different link. And yeah, it's been a proper kerfuffle. We also can't go live on TikTok from this room yet because the TikTok Live Studio software that I use to stream to TikTok with doesn't work on Mac, and I'm using my MacBook. So I need to bring. I've got a couple of old PCs in my storage unit. I need to get one of them set up in here. But for now, we are on the Mac in the Lego room, as you can see, and I think we look pretty good. We're very nicely lit. Is that better or worse with the overhead light off? I think we're probably better with that on, I want to say. But yeah, we're nicely lit. This is the angle that I've been talking about on the streams down in the office downstairs that I don't think we need an overhead shot for, because you've got so much table space in shot that I think you're going to have a much better way of keeping up to date with what we're doing. And what we are doing is working on the Gotham City set that we've been working on the last few streams down in the office. So we've already done this bit. Look how much more space we've got to show this off. So we've already done this bit and we've started working on this bit. So my hope is to get this finished tonight. I don't know how likely that would be. I think we've got to have room for 2 more of these little red plates. So it will maybe go in like that. So we've got to fill in the whole of this area. Then there's a few extra bits down here that will need filling in as well. But this half is pretty much done until we join them together. So we can put this half to one side. This is the bit that we're working on. As far as the instruction book, I've just lost my separator. It's just fallen down the gap between the two tables. As far as the book goes, oh, Arsenal are 2-0 up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We're like there. We've got about 200 pages of book left. We're about to do bag 26 of 44. But some of these bags are pretty small. So I'm hopeful that we should be able to get a big chunk of this done, because this is going to be the last Lego stream before I head down to London. I'm down in London for 4 days, so we're not going to be streaming Lego again probably until about this time next week. And I really want to get this done before then, because next week I want to do the Dungeons and Dragons set. So we're going to try and get this done now. What about Twitch? The Lego doesn't go on Twitch. That was just a... I've got my little tray up here, look, because we're up in the Lego room. I can get the other manual out of the way. Yeah, the Twitch was just while we were doing the new camp, just as a little way of letting people on Twitch know that I do Lego now. I need to remember the camera is there. I'm going to look over there, because when I'm on my computer downstairs, the camera is directly above where the chat is, deliberately. So I might have to rearrange the setup up here a little bit, just to make it so that when I'm talking to the chat, I'm not looking off camera, or else it looks silly. But yeah, that's why we're not on Twitch. Because we need another one of these plates as well. So we've got a couple of these left. We'll probably get them out of the bag now. Yeah, so we've got 2 of these left, 1 of these. So that's just going to fill in that gap that we were looking at before. And there we go. The first brick placed on stream in the new Lego room is a little black 1x2 to go in the corner of there. And I need to put the instructions somewhere where they're not going to be in the way. Look at this lovely new mic arm, by the way. It's one of the Elgato low profile ones. Not a sponsor, but goodness me, does it take up a lot less room than that massive one that I have in my office. We might have to make an upgrade down there. If you're wondering about the rest of the room, I did put a video out today, which came out at 5 o'clock, that gives you a little bit of a tour of how the rest of the room is looking. So if you want to see how the rest of the room is looking, you can watch that video after the stream, of course. You don't want to watch that while the stream is happening. You want to come and hang out with me while we're streaming. Especially now that the stream's putting this directly under the mic is probably not good audio-wise, is it? Is that really loud? Do I need to maybe move this around a little bit? We're obviously early days of the new setup, and we are going to be playing around with stuff and getting everything set up the way we want it to be set up. We'll get there. This is a bit different. This is a bit different, isn't it? The wallpaper's not great, but this is the wall. This wall and this wall behind me, they're the two walls that I want to get covered in the Lego art. So this set will be on this wall, probably like here, right, almost up into the light switch. So it's usually in frame when we're doing the streams. That's the plan anyway. I want to cover up this horrible wallpaper because the original plan had been to strip the wallpaper. I even bought a wallpaper stripper, but then I threw my back out again and couldn't really, because I'd already ordered the furniture, because I have no patience at all. The furniture arrived before I'd had the chance to strip the wallpaper. So to strip it at this point would involve moving loads of stuff out of here again. So I think at this point I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that the wallpaper is going to stay, and instead we're just going to cover that area up and pretend there's no wallpaper there, and it will be fine. That's the current thinking. I mean, there might come a time where I decide to be an adult and actually look after it properly. Oh, hang on, something's wrong here. Yeah, I've done some... he's done his first balls up in the new room. That one shouldn't be where it is. T-Dog, thank you very much for the super chat. I've got lots of spare Lego bits if you want them. That's very kind of you. I'm not sure how we would get them from you. But yeah, that sounds excellent. But yeah, I think a few people have said stuff like that to us. I think we might have to see the return of some kind of P.O. box, because there's lots of people who want to send us stuff, which is great. It's very generous, and we're not going to say no, but at the moment, there's not any way for us to receive anything. So thank you, but not right now. But watch this space. Because, yeah, we could take all the Lego we can get for building this city. Goodness me. Better view, in my opinion, from this room. I mean, that was always the plan. It was always the plan. This is why, when everyone's been saying, Kev, we need an overhead shot, this is why I've been resisting, saying, I don't think you will. When we're in the Lego room, I don't think you will need an overhead shot, because I think the shot that you're going to get is going to be a good shot. Because this setup is designed for streaming me making Lego, whereas the one downstairs was designed for me to make Football Manager videos and was very much butchered into a shape that allowed me to do a little bit of this as well, but from a really awkward angle. This room is much, much bigger than the one downstairs. Have I got a cold coming on, or could this be hay fever? I've suddenly got a runny nose. It's very upsetting. Lighting much better. I mean, there's a lot of lighting in here. I've got a daylight bulb up there. I've got two Elgato lights. I've got two big lamps to light up the Lego city as well. There is a lot of light in this room because it's naturally a very dark room. Because we have to keep the curtains shut all the time, because, you know, you've got to protect the Lego from the sun. We can't be letting Lego get in the sun. So because of that, we need to really push the lighting. So I've done most of the fiddling in here probably has been fiddling around trying to get the lighting how that I wanted it. I'm still not completely happy with the lighting. I think it's good on this shot. I think this angle is very well lit now, but I think the Lego city, which I'm not going to start moving the camera around and showing you because I've only just got it where it needs to be. Future streams we might be able to do stuff like that, but the Lego city I feel like is still not lit as well as I would like it to be. I've been looking at IKEA under the counter lighting that like you get in kitchens, And we might be getting something like that to go under the shelves that are above the Lego City. Because I think something like that would do a good job of lighting up the city at the back. Because I don't want it to be loads of shadow. I want everything to be nicely illuminated. So that we can always see it all. What's the point of having it all if we can't see it all? These little slopey ones, I keep picking up the wrong ones. Every time I go for one, I'm picking up the wrong one. Every time. There we go. No, that's still the wrong one. How can they all be the wrong one? There's so many of the ones that go the wrong way. There we go. I found the right one. Goodness me, that was hard work. And that can go there. Lovely. John, thank you very much for the super chat. Congratulations on 5k subs, Kev from Ireland. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Yeah, we hit 5,000 subs today. We've not even mentioned that on the stream yet. But we hit 5,000 subs on YouTube about 2 hours ago, I think. And this morning we hit 5,000 followers on TikTok. So we hit both of them in the same day, which is awesome. I've not officially written off Instagram. However, we've still got like 250 followers on Instagram. And it's getting the same content as TikTok. So I don't know what the secret sauce is for Instagram, but I certainly don't have it. I might see if Anna can maybe have a crack at doing some Instagrams and maybe Instagrams for girls. I don't know. I cannot work out what Instagram wants from me to fire up the algorithm a little bit, but clearly it's not liking what I'm putting on there at the moment. Which, like I say, is fascinating because it's the same stuff that's going on TikTok, and TikTok is going bananas. I'm a little frustrated that I can't stream this on TikTok tonight. I'm definitely going to be looking to find a solution because the TikTok streams have been going really well as well. The new streaming setup's brilliant. I was one of those calling for a top-down view. Don't think it's needed anymore. See, I'm not just a pretty face. Sometimes I'm right. It's not very often these days. But sometimes I am right. And it's lovely when I am. Especially because, I mean, obviously this set is unique anyway because a lot of it is building flat on the table like this. So it's always going to be a little bit harder to see on anything other than a top-down angle anyway. But when we're building like a building, for example, obviously you're going to be able to see everything that I'm doing from where you're sat now. And you're basically just sat across the table from me. How is the sound with me fiddling with Lego directly underneath it? I'm a little bit conscious of that we might need to swap the microphone or the Lego to the other side. Or does it add to the experience hearing we're ASMRing it? Which room is the Disney Castle being streamed from? Anna's room, upstairs. Yeah, because that's Anna's set, so it's going to be from Anna's room. Not just a pretty face. Instagram disagrees. I know. Is that the key on Instagram? Am I not pretty enough for Instagram? Is that what it is? Do I have to be pretty? I think I'm pretty. I'm sad now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not that bothered about Instagram, to be honest. It feels like it's a platform that I'm supposed to be on. Way back when, it was the first platform that ever verified me. And I've never been good at it. And it's always been a little bit of a frustration. Because, you know, us content creators, we're egomaniacs. So I like the fact that I was verified on there so long ago and would like to repay them for doing it. I think we're making more of the lettering. What letter? Is this the B? Are we making a B? Because that's a funny shaped B as far as I'm concerned. And I think I've done it wrong anyway. I have done it wrong. That's supposed to be there. So I think that bit is supposed to hang down a little further. I have no idea. It's not awful, but the Lego's a bit loud. What we could probably do, if we move this over to this side and move this over here and just, first stream in here, let's do it this way and see if this is maybe a little bit better. We'll master it. We'll figure it out. This might even encourage me to look at the camera properly, which I am very aware I'm not doing yet because it's an unfamiliar setup. I feel like it's amateur hour with me just looking all over the place. Well, where's that? Oh, that goes there. And then... Oh, for goodness sake. It's just falling apart. So that goes under and then that one goes over. So we're kind of... We are doing the B. I'm now accepting this is a B that is forming in front of me. And I think I've got the bits... It's a big B, that's for sure. Oh, and then we've got to do... I feel like there's too much of a gap at the top here. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. I've missed a step. What step am I on? I'm so confused right now. Right. We're going again. I've done all of that wrong, I think. I don't even know what I've done here. Insta's hard to crack. Apparently getting people to save things is useful over there. I mean, it should just be if your content is good, people look at your content. I think what I've done, right back at the start, I think I've used too long a black bit. I think that's the mistake I've made. That's exactly what I've done wrong. I used the wrong black bit, boys and girls. I've realised the error of my ways, and now we're trying again. That was alarmingly complicated. And then that goes there. Yes, this is now looking like the diagram. This is more like it. John, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. That's very kind of you. What a hero. Thank you very much. There we go. That now looks a lot more like a B than it did before. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I need to get the Wall of Fame updated. It is behind me. It's there. I haven't updated it since the video that came out today. So I know there's a few people on the community page who've given me the name they would like on there. So I do need to do a little bit of updating. If you are a new channel member and you haven't headed to the community page yet to tell me what name you want on your brick, head to the community page and tell me what name you want on your brick. Because it has to fit on a 2x4 Lego brick, so we can't have really long usernames. So ideally we're looking for quite short names. I can probably just about manage 5 or 6 characters before it's going to start to be like really small handwriting. Which, if you don't mind really small handwriting, then that's fine. We'll do it that way. But yeah, get over there. Let me know what you want to be known as. Really looking forward to seeing this set finished. So am I. I cannot wait. I want to get it on the wall pronto, because I think it's going to look so cool. Right, we have a B, but we're now layering it up and making it a little bit thicker. We need a thick B. So that bit goes over the top of that. And then we get another little wang jangler in there. And then we're putting another thicker layer on top of that. So we're giving this some girth. This is a girthy bee. Ah! Goodness me. First block party stream. Girlfriend is on video chat loving the Kev narration. That's awesome. I'm sorry for saying the word girthy just as that was happening. But I think people are used to me by now. They know that's the kind of thing that's going to drop out of my mouth at some point during a stream. I can't help myself. I can't join for some reason. I had a look earlier and couldn't do it. Are you in the UK? Because I know there was a time where it was only available in certain countries. So if you're outside of the UK, maybe that's why. What? Ah, okay. There you go. So that goes on there like that. The camera's there, Kev. I need to move either the camera or the computer. Not going to mess around with it now, but I can't be like, look, it's there. They can't see that, Kev. The camera's there. Look, it's there. It's baffling how used to a certain setup that you get. I'm a professional, boys and girls, believe it or not. But I can't get my... I now get it when I go into streams and people are... One of my pet peeves on streams and YouTube videos is when people are looking at the viewfinder rather than down the lens. You even get some bigger established creators who do it, and it just annoys me so much. I've sat there, I'll be sat there with Anna going like, I mean, how hard is it to just look down the lens? Well, apparently it's quite hard, as I'm discovering now. Oh dear, this is not okay. Don't change your setup ever, boys and girls. It will confuse you. Right, yeah, we're getting a bit of back in on this one, so that we can connect it up with t'other bits. So we've got one of these. That goes there, and then just filling in all these little bits as we go around. Where's that bit supposed to be? Right next to that, I think. And then there. So we've filled in the back. And now we're just putting the white bits over the top of the B. So, should there be a piece? Have I missed a piece? I think I've missed a piece of my B. Have I missed a piece of... I have missed a piece of B. Have I missed a piece of B? I mean, there's definitely a piece missing, and that piece is here. So, even though I can't see the stage I was supposed to add it, I'm just going to add it anyway, because I can see it's supposed to be there. And if I've ended up ruining the whole thing by doing that, then we'll deal with that later. But for now, we'll assume that we're okay. I tell you what I'm impressed about. With the Batman sign, the fact they've managed to get the letters to look exactly like they do on the old logo for the old animated series, using just standard Lego pieces. I mean, even that feels like quite a complicated challenge to have achieved. But that looks like the Batman B. And that's just standard Lego pieces. There's no specifically printed pieces there. They are just standard Lego pieces. And they've got that B absolutely perfect. Neve, thank you very much for gifting a membership. That is very kind of you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What are we doing here? Little yellow bit. Little yellow bit goes on there. And then we've got one of these little, I don't even know what you call those, little weird tooth pieces. So that goes there. It's another one of these little airship things. Ah. By the way, boys and girls, last night's stream, those of you who were in last night's stream, was there any music playing? Because I put music on, and I stressed out setting this up earlier because I couldn't... getting OBS to run on a Mac is a nightmare. I've never tried it before, but there's so much stuff that the Mac won't let you do. One of which is it won't let you put the desktop audio into OBS without jumping through a whole load of hoops that I couldn't be bothered to jump through because it seemed so complicated. So in the end, I just gave up and decided, yeah, we're just not going to have music on tonight. And then I went back to listen to last night's stream, and I couldn't. There was no music on that. And I mean, has there ever been music on any of them? Have we done all of these streams on YouTube, and there's never been any music on, despite me thinking that I'm playing it? Because if so, I'm a buffoon and I've done something wrong. I need to get Matt around to come and help me. H. Greaves, thank you very much for the channel membership. There was no music last night. I don't understand. You should put the Wall of Fame on the wall beside me to cover the wallpaper. That is not the worst idea. But, I mean, I guess we could put it here where the Batman sign is. On the desk. Because the problem is, as it gets bigger, I mean, at the moment... Can I grab... I'm not on a wheelie chair. I can't grab it without knocking everything over. It's quite small because there's only 8 names on it. But we've got like 60 channel members now. And I have no idea how far that's going to grow in time. At the moment, the whole of that wall next to the city is available to be used for that. So it could grow as much as possible. If I'm trying to put it here, we could only get to a couple of hundred channel members before we can't fit any more in, which I don't know that we'll ever get beyond a couple of hundred channel members, but the way it's going at the moment, it feels like we probably will. So we probably need to keep the plan more open for bigger ones. Right. We're just putting some of the framing in over the top. I don't think there's been music on any of the Lego streams. Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, there we go. So, and no one's complained, so I guess that's one less thing to worry about. We've established we don't need music. I don't know why there hasn't been any. I don't know what I've done wrong there. But it's definitely been playing. But I've not had my headphones on because I thought it would be weird to have headphones on for these streams. So I think it's been playing. I'm thinking of getting Lego. I'm thinking of getting Lego, not thinking. I am getting some. There we go. You should. Lego is great. Right. That's bag 26 done. So if we reach over to my little jar of random pieces that need sorting. Got a few to add in there. This, by the way, this is a cardboard thing from IKEA. This was 70p, I think. And it is the perfect tray to sort Lego in. Me and Anna went through the whole of that homeware section in IKEA, looking at all kinds of combinations of things, and then stumbled across this one. It's supposed to be like, I think it's like a disposable dinner tray or something it was described as. But it's absolutely perfect for putting Lego in, because it has the big area to put the big pieces in, and then you've got these little areas to put the little pieces in that come in the separate bags. And then you have this front area for sorting. And it's so much more organised than just having it loose everywhere. Right, we're using the smaller plate of what we've got left. Even with the extra room that we've got here. Because this is such a big, unwieldy set, I'm still running out of real estate on my table. Which is so silly. I can't even see the instruction book. Right, we're not working on the thing at the moment, so if I move the plate there, push that to the back a little bit. I need the instructions where I can see them. Don't need that at the moment. Right, here we go. Here we go. So much kerfuffle. I bought some makeup trays from Wilko. Felt weird as a 42-year-old bloke. Yeah, I mean, I'm just impressed that we found the ideal trays for us this early in the process, because I imagine it's something that you can search for years for, looking for the perfect sorting tray. But this one it's absolutely spot on, exactly what I was looking for. I was trying to describe it to Anna in my head, the exact tray I wanted, not knowing that it existed. And then it was just there. Anna picked it up. Great find. Good work. Right, get these ones in as well. Oh, hello. I've done something wrong again. No, I haven't. Have I? I might have done. I think that it was never supposed to be this big plate. I've got ahead of myself. It's this smaller plate is what we should have been using. 2 mistakes already. Whoa! I'm getting, this time, Titanic, Hogwarts Train and Castle. Maybe Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame coming out in June next year. Wowzers. Wowzers. I thought I'd gone bonkers. Anna's definitely got her eye on Notre Dame. We watched a video of the new releases yesterday. And, yeah, I watched it and I was sending her messages as I was watching it, because I was watching it while I was making dinner, so it was on the kitchen TV, and I kept sending her texts with all the sets that were coming in, and she was like, "But I want Notre Dame," and my response was, "Yeah, I'm telling you it exists for you. I don't want Notre Dame. What am I going to do with Notre Dame?" But yeah, Anna's already decided she wants Notre Dame, and what else is coming out at the same time? There was Minions stuff. I like Minions stuff, but there was something that I was immediately like, yeah, I'm having that, and I forget what it was. I'll have to look back through the texts. I need to know, what was it? This is where we see just how many texts me and Anna send each other. She's just sent me this picture. So I guess Anna is making brickheads at the moment, because there's Woody. She likes her Lego room, it's fair to say. So, oh, here we go. Notre Dame. Oh, there's new Batman stuff. There's a Batmobile. A Batman animated series Batmobile was the one that I was an immediate, and that one's for me. I'm literally building a Batman set now. How could I forget that the Batmobile is coming out? So yeah, I'm obviously going to get the Batmobile because it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? Anything Batman animated series, I'm going to be all over. I've been watching it again today. I'm loving just watching the old cartoon that I haven't watched for years and years and years. If it's Minions, it has the potential to have a Kevin. Exactly. And my rule is I have to buy anything with a Kevin on. Is there a Kevin minifig in the Home Alone set? I've deliberately not looked, because if I look and there is one, I have to buy it instantly, because that's the rule. But I'm hoping there's not a minifig. I imagine there's probably a minifig, isn't there? And I probably do have to get the Home Alone set. Oh, right, we're linking this straight in now. Okay. Where does this go then? So, we are here. So that goes on there. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. So yeah, it might be that our poor old next door neighbours are going to have a box of minifigs sat in the hallway for nearly 2 weeks while they wait for us to come back from holiday, because I didn't think it through when we ordered. I've told the story of what happened when we were in Edinburgh, haven't I? Or have I? We ordered a few parcels before we went, and specifically asked for them to be sent when we were back. We gave them a delivery date, and the company we ordered from, I forget who it was. It was Lego, but there was a couple of companies who just, I guess, completely disregarded the date that we gave them and just sent it anyway. And I really apologise for the sniffing. I don't know why my nose is running all of a sudden. And I got an email while we were in Edinburgh. No, it was while we were in Rome. I got an email in Rome, because if we were in Edinburgh, I would have just come back. But I got an email in Rome on the Saturday, and we weren't flying back until the Tuesday. So on the Saturday in Rome, I got an email from Royal Mail saying that my parcel had been delivered, signed for by resident. And they attached a picture of a fake Anna signature, and the box just sat on my doorstep. Hideous. And yeah, I can see that some of you have heard the story, because yeah, and then Matt's mum went round. So I have told the story. I won't bother to go into any more detail then, but yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. But now having just done that, I have not learnt my lesson at all, and have set myself up for the exact same problem again the very next time we're away. Because I'm a Wally. There's Kevin and the Wet Bandit minifigs. Wowzers. There is a Kevin minifig in the Home Alone set. Oh no. Okay, so I am going to have to get that then. Which, I mean, we were probably going to get it before the end of the year anyway, because it's the sort of thing you get for Christmas. You get to have out at Christmas, isn't it? We've got to have Lego themed Christmas decorations, so it was always going to be a purchase anyway. Anna really wants it. I think Anna wants to build it. We'll just have to do it on the understanding that Anna can build it, because Anna's a little bit miffed that I've nabbed all of the modulars, because she's not got any interest in the actual Lego city yet. She will. So all of the modulars, as much as she would like to build them, I've yoinked them all away and put them in here. And like, no, they're for the city. Should just build them and put them on a shelf, because she's more into just the building and the displaying. So I think it would be quite nice for her to have a building to build, the Home Alone building, but on the understanding that I have to take that minifig, because it's the rule. It has to go with my other Kevins. Yeah, they forged Anna's signature. So now our other worry, of course, is that because we put a complaint into Royal Mail about it, as you would, because they literally committed fraud. They not only committed fraud, but they also put us at risk, because either our parcel is going to get stolen because it's just sat on the doorstep, Or if the parcel doesn't get stolen, it's going to sit there for 4 days, get ruined in the rain because it was raining, and also be a massive advert to any local burglars that we're not home, because it's just a parcel that's been sat outside our house for days. There was just no good outcome from it. So we put in a complaint, but now we're like, well, obviously, if that person's had a disciplinary or been fired or whatever might have happened, everyone else who delivers post to our house now knows we put the complaint in. So I'm expecting our next few handle with care packages to have boot-shaped marks on them. You can't win complaining about a service that you're going to have to continue using. But I imagine the most likely outcome is they've done nothing. And it's just one of those things. They've probably been told, yeah, don't do it at that house again, you silly goose. But it's not going to stop them doing it everywhere else still. Right, so this goes in to this gap that we've got on here. Press that in. Right. Where are we? Right, it's getting missed the tray. I'm getting all the little bits we need for each step out because I am missing steps, because the diagram, I mean, you can look how complicated the diagram's getting. I am struggling to pick out what we're actually doing in each section. Now we're getting further and further into it because there's so much. So if we get everything that we need for this section, then at least I know when there's nothing left in this tray, we've completed this section. But for now, we need to find what we're supposed to be doing. So from here, we need a black one there. And then that cloudy bit comes off of it. And it's supposed to be that colour of that. So that goes there. So we've got more clouds coming behind the building. And then another one of those there. And then those two in there. And you there. Now where do these two pieces go? This piece goes here. So now we've just got this piece, which goes at the bottom. There you go. That's your method, boys and girls. Get all the bits out in advance. Dom, thank you very much for the... is it a super chat? Is it a donation? I'm not quite sure. Either way, thank you very much for it. I still don't know the terminology on YouTube, but I can see there's 1.99 that's appeared, and it's very much appreciated. So thank you very much. Right. So that bit in this funny, not normal yellow goes there, and then we just stick these for. So just a different shade of yellow going up there. And then we've got some of these end pieces. We should have some small end pieces as well. We do. Oh wow, so this is the bits that we've been using as the border, but we're now using them for something else. Not used them for anything else yet, but it looks like probably going to be a little chimney or something going up the side of this yellowy building. So that goes up there. Congrats on 5,000 subs. I'm also looking forward to the Xbox 360 build. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'm getting the Xbox 360. It's one of my most important consoles, so I am going to get it. I'm much less precious than I guess the Lego purists would be. I've put that video on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Obviously, no one's replied on Instagram, but everywhere. If you ever want to get my attention, reply on Instagram. I'll definitely notice you because you'll be the only one. But yeah, I put that video out everywhere, and the general response from pretty much everywhere was, "Yeah, I'm not interested in that. It's not Lego." Whereas I'm like, "Yeah, but it's an Xbox 360. They don't do a Lego one of those. They probably never will, because now Mega have done it." So it's the same with the Pokemon Center. There's a Mega Pokemon Center you can get. Well, of course I want a Pokemon Center in the city. And the only way I'm going to get one, I guess I could make one myself, but I've not got the skills to make one myself. So if I'm not going to make it myself, was there supposed to be something under that? Yes, there was. Maybe one day I'll have the skills to make my own, but for now, the only way I'm getting a... where was that? Ah, there. The only way I'm getting a Pokemon Center in the city is if I make it myself. Or buy the Mega one. So I'll just get the Mega one. It doesn't bother me. It'll still look cool. So yeah, we're going to have a Pokemon Center in the city as well, because it's my city. I could have Mega stuff in there if I want. I just won't mix those bricks in with the Lego bricks if I ever disassemble it, but I'm a Pokemon guy. How could I not have a Pokemon Center? If Lego want me to use a Lego one, they need to get the license, don't they? Simple as that. I changed my console brand from PlayStation to Xbox. I have PlayStation 1 to 4. I mean, I am the guy who always has all of them, so I don't have any console loyalty. I always get them all. Pretty much from like 2000 onwards, so that generation that had the Xbox, the GameCube, the Dreamcast, the PS2, I had all 4 of them. The moment I started having adult money, I started making bad decisions. So yeah, I never had that console loyalty that some people have, because I love video games, so I always wanted all of them. So even now, I've got the PS5, I've got the Xbox, I've got the Switch, got the Steam Deck. Love the Steam Deck. Barely have time to play on any of them these days, but still want to have them all. Because when I do want to play a game, I don't ever want to be in a situation where the game that I want to play is not available because I don't have the right console for it. Because that's a rubbish situation that I don't want any part of. Have I come up with a name for the city yet? I've not really thought about it. I imagine one will start to come to life as the city starts to come to life, but if anyone's got any really good suggestions, I'm not going to commit to anything at this stage, but if it's a really good suggestion, it might stick in my head and reappear as my idea at some point in the future. But I don't know, maybe we'll have... Part of me thinks it would be cool to have a competition to get you lot to name the city. And maybe this channel's still small enough for that not to start World War III. But having just done a big viewer interaction thing on the main channel, I've definitely been burnt by it. I'm a little bit wary of doing anything like that again anytime soon, because I could do without the angry people who don't get their way. But I suspect this channel is probably still small enough that that wouldn't be the outcome. The angry maniacs come with success. Every channel reaches a point where it starts to attract the angry maniacs, and there's nothing you can do about it other than block them when you find them and try not to let it get to you. But yesterday was a rough one. It doesn't normally bother me, but yesterday it was in such a huge volume. Goodness me, yesterday was tough. Block City, because blocks be blocks. Oh, home. I like the idea of it being home. Get the Football Manager reference in. Problem is, if I call it home, A, no one's ever going to hear the L, and B, as the channel grows and starts to bring in people who don't know me from anything else, and to be honest, there's already a bit of that. It's already starting to attract people who don't know any of my other work. I don't have to just explain it constantly. Yeah, I did a Football Manager save 5 years ago, and this was the name of the team. What's Football Manager? Oh, are we going that far back? Oh dear. So yeah, maybe not home. As much as it would be fun for those of you who've been around for a while. Just missed the tray again. Right, okay. So we've got that in there, and then that. We're doing another fancy building outline here, so I'm just plonking all these bits in where I think they're supposed to be, which is not always. No, he's done it wrong again. Where did that go? There. So that goes there, and then that in there. Okay. So we've got a little building outline that's appeared there. Block Vegas. That's quite cool. Alright. We're almost done with this bag, boys and girls. So that goes there. And then 2 little chimneys going in there. And that's the bit we've just done, this building here. So it's all starting to take shape like the other side. Where's my beverage? You should use the brick separator as opposed to my nails. I agree. However, on this set, that is not thin enough to get under these bricks when they're pressed into the bottom of the board. So I have been trying to use the brick separator, and you've seen me struggle with it and give up repeatedly and just get my fingers in there. I remember, I'm old school. We didn't have brick separators when I was a kid. I'm willing to accept they maybe existed, but I certainly didn't have any. So, I have many years of ruined fingernails, so I don't mind. You can now transfer your old save to the next FF version. Yeah, you've been able to do that. That was new this year. As a creator, I can't imagine I ever would, because the big thing about when the new game comes out is getting all the new viewers into the new series. So the last thing that I would want to do when a new game came out is be like, and we're going to carry on this series that you've all stopped watching on the old game. It's not really a way to grow a YouTube channel. But yeah, for someone playing a personal game, a normal person just playing the game because they enjoy it, rather than me playing it because they are brown, aren't they? Playing it for content, yeah, it's a great feature. Long overdue as well. It feels like something they could have done years ago, but for whatever reason always decided not to. They were for the posh sides, what, the brick separators? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Is it still 2-0 in the Arsenal game, by the way? I'm sure some of you will be aware of what's happening in it. That's the big disadvantage of this room compared to my office. I don't have a TV in here, which can be easily remedied, but not right now. I don't even know where I'd put a TV. Maybe on that wall at the end, which I know you can't see, but if you've been watching the videos, you'll be starting to get a feel for the layout of the room. So we could potentially put a TV on that wall at the end there, for situations such as this where I would like to have the football on as well. So we've got a TV on our bedroom wall that's been turned on like 3 times, which could be moved down here. Right. What have we got now? What colour is that? Is that black or brown? I'm going to assume that's brown, because all these bricks seem brown. So, okay. I see what we're doing, I think. And then you go there. Is that another one of those? We should have another one of those. And then you go there. And then we need 2 more of those 1x4s. and we end up with a little frame, and that little frame is going round that bit of building to frame it, believe it or not. You could have the football on your iPad if you had the Discovery subscription. I mean, I could just watch it on the Sky, whatever it is app. Sky Now, Sky Go, I forget what it's called, but yeah, I mean, I could very easily have it on there, but didn't think to, and I'm not going to mess around with that now. And plus, I am on Wi-Fi in this room, and the Wi-Fi in this house isn't great, and I am pretty impressed that we've not had any incidents of the stream just collapsing yet. I think I would be tempting fate a little bit too much if I started watching streamed football in here as well. So until I'm a little bit more confident in the Wi-Fi, I think we probably leave it. It's not like it's a particularly tense game tonight, is it? It should be a fairly comfortable win. Right. What am I? Where am I? How am I? There. So that goes there. And then we've got more little decorative bits. Where? On there. There they go. Excluding this one, which has been my favourite build so far. Hold on, where do you go? So, there. Probably Camp Nou. I really enjoyed the Sanctum Sanctorum because I really like making buildings, but I think just the whole experience of streaming Camp Nou means it will forever be a really memorable one because it's the first one I streamed. So I guess it's that. But as a rule, buildings are my favourite thing to make. So the Sanctum Sanctorum, basically building that, it was the first modular style thing that I'd done. And that was pretty much making that was, okay, we're doing a Lego City. That decision was pretty much made 20 minutes into the Sanctum. Because I had so much fun with that I knew I was going to need a gazillion more modulars. And I was going to need a city to put them in. I can't find the piece that I need. Where is it? It doesn't appear to be there. There it is. There it is. Ah, don't bang the one that's on the wall, Kev. Where did that go? It's all getting away from me. Didn't I stream the Wembley build? I haven't made Wembley. Have I made a Wembley and I don't remember doing it? I did the new camp, but not Wembley. There isn't a Wembley Lego set, which is annoying. Hopefully one day, but as we've speculated many times now, I should think they're done with football stadiums. So I don't think they sold very well. Which is ironic, really, because they now cost an absolute fortune to go and get on the third-party marketplaces. Because if I could get them for anywhere close to retail, I'd get the other two, even though I don't particularly want a Bernabeu or an Old Trafford cluttering up my house. I enjoyed the experience of making a football stadium so much that I would do another one. But they're both so expensive that it kind of rules that out for bits that I probably don't want to keep or display afterwards. I just want the fun of building them. I have a feeling this will be your fastest growing channel. I mean, it has been so far. It's the fastest any channel's been to hit 5,000 subs. You have to take it with a little bit of a pinch of salt because a large part of that is going to be we've already got 300,000 subscribers across the other channels. So it's a lot easier to convince people who already, to use the social media marketing terminology, to have 300,000 people who already know, like and trust me. It's much easier to get 5,000 of them to subscribe to your new channel. So it's not really a fair judge comparing how fast each one of them gets to 5,000. Unless you do it without telling your existing audience. And obviously, I would suggest most of the people here know my other content. And are here because of the other content. So it's, yeah. It's difficult to gauge how successful it's going to be at this stage. But I'm really enjoying it. And obviously would love it to be incredibly successful. I've talked for years about the most stressful thing about being a Football Manager creator is how seasonal it is and how I make most of my money for the year during 3 or 4 months of the year and then spend the rest, but can't spend it because I have to spread it out over the rest of the year and don't make anywhere near as much money now. For example, the spring and the summer, if I hadn't have had the winter, I don't make enough money in a month at this time of year to cover my bills. But I make way more than I need for the first 6 months of the game. So it balances out. But if one year I was sick for the launch and like I had to have a couple of months off at the launch, I'd get to this time of year and we wouldn't we'd be digging into savings or running up the overdraft. We have to have that launch to pay for the rest of the year. So it would be nice to have a channel that was a little bit less seasonal and would just consistently bring in views, bring in money all year round, because it would take an awful lot of the stress away. I'd basically be able to make, if this channel, put it this way, if this channel was really successful, I would be able to make whatever Football Manager videos I felt like and wouldn't have to be worried about what views they were getting and how much money they were making. So I'd be able to do so many more creative saves because it wouldn't really matter. And that would be amazing. The ironic thing is that would then massively grow the Football Manager channel, because me playing that with no pressure and full creativity hat on, yeah, occasionally I'd do stuff and it would absolutely bomb. But sometimes I'd do something that no one had ever done before and it would go massive. But I can't take those kind of risks now, because if I do it at this time of year, no one will watch because people don't watch it this time of year anyway. And if I do it at launch and it doesn't work, we're financially ruined. So, yeah, it's a long-winded way of saying, please subscribe. It will make all the channels better. It doesn't just benefit this one if you subscribe here. It'll have a knock-on effect on all the content I make, which will be great. How many views do I need to be able to survive the year? I mean, it's difficult because different channel. I don't know how much I'm going to get per view on this channel yet, for example. I know I make a lot more money per view on the Football Manager channel than on the vlog channel, for example. So it's hard to say, but to be completely comfortable and not have to worry across all channels, if I had, I don't know, I mean, I'd be really, really comfortable if I got 30 million views a year across all channels. That's more than I get now. I would imagine across all channels at the moment, we maybe get about 20 million, and most of that is from Football Manager. So if we were to get to the point where we were getting 30 million views across all channels, that would pretty much be in the territory then of, don't have to worry now. And they would need to be long form video views as well. It has to have to put that proviso in. If we suddenly kick off on shorts don't pay as well. So we're talking 30 million long form video views. But I look at Brixie, for example. He gets like 2 or 3 million views a month. I looked at Emma Saurus's channel. She got like 10 million views last month. Just doing Lego. So I think a lot of hers is shorts. So it's difficult to gauge. But there's certainly much bigger channels in this genre than there is in the Football Manager genre. So the potential is there if I get it right. But that's a big if. We can but try, eh? What are Mills plates? I've got some somewhere I could show you. They're basically thicker, stronger base plates. Have I missed a step here? That allow for more like modular customization stuff. They'll be in a video soon. In fact, I can see one over there. Can I move? I haven't got a wheelie chair in here. I'm on little WWE chairs. I'm also wearing swimming shorts because it's washing day. This is a Mills plate. So I have to hop my chair back in because it's not on wheels. So this is a Mills plate. So you've got the normal base plate on the bottom, and then you've got like this grid of bricks, and then tiles over or plates over the top of the bricks, which then makes it really, really strong. It also has the Technic connectors on, so you can connect them together easily. And it just makes the whole thing much more solid, much more secure, much easier to move everything around. Yeah, it's just better. You want Mills plates. The only problem is, because there's so many parts, they're really expensive. To make one Mills plate, certainly if you were using official Lego base plates, which I'm not, because I need so many of them, I'm using third-party base plates. But if you were using official Lego base plates, each Mills plate is costing £20 plus to do because of the amount of parts that are involved in it. Mine are a little less than that because I'm using third-party base plates, but it's still, for the volume of them I'm going to need, I need like 60 base plates for my office, for my Lego room, for the Lego City. So 60 Mills plates is still really expensive. Oh, crumbs. But if I don't do it now, I'm just going to have to convert to it later, because eventually, it's another one of those things. Eventually, I'm going to want everything on them because it makes everything easier and everything better. So I may as well do it at the start, because I'm going to want it later. So let's just get it right now, rather than doing it one way and then having to upgrade it all and mess around transferring everything onto them, which would be a nightmare to do. I wonder the profit margin they make on base plates. It's going to be pretty big. An official Lego base plate is £7.99, which for a floppy bit of plastic just seems so expensive. But, you know, it's one of those things that everyone needs. Everyone needs lots of base plates, so they charge what they charge because people pay what they pay, I guess. But I'm quite happy to come in and think outside the box a little bit and go third party. I'm not that, like with the Xbox thing, I'm not that precious about Lego. I don't mind going third party if it makes sense to do it. I wouldn't buy knockoff Lego sets. Like, I'm not going to buy the Chinese import version of Assembly Square or anything like that. But for something like a base plate that's going to be turned into a Mills plate anyway, so you're never even going to see it, to me, let's just do it the cheap way. Am I going to submit any Lego ideas, product ideas? With your following, you could smash through the 10k required to get to expert review. I mean, I'm a long way away from that. I'd like to one day. I'm nowhere near that stage yet. I haven't done an original creation since I was a kid. So give me some time and then we'll see. But there's certainly, it certainly seems like a fun process that I would like to be involved in at some point. But we're talking several years down the line, I should think, before I felt confident enough to attempt something like that. I don't just want to get to the expert review stage because I've got a big following and then get laughed out of town because the design itself is rubbish. If I were to do it, I'd like to think there would be a reasonable chance of it actually being made. rather than just submitting some trash because I can. Right, so that goes there, and then that goes there. So we're building another one of these bits that go at the bottom with the arches, I think. Yeah, so this is going on the bottom there. Yeah. Oh, it's starting to get very big and very unwieldy again. Just like the other half did when it started to get near this size. Running out of space to put it in as it just gets wider and wider. Couldn't you have just glued a 12mm thick plywood to the base plate for extreme rigidity? I mean, I could have done. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just... I don't mind doing things to save money, but I still want to do it like the proper way. I'll just skimp on the parts a little bit. Because what happens if I can't always find the exact same thickness of plywood further down the line? I'd rather as much of it as possible was in system. And doing Mills plates, it's the industry standard. If I were to start doing my own creations and taking them to events and stuff, or wanted to collaborate on a big set with somebody, Mills plate is the standard. Yeah, I know there are plenty of options that people have. The other good thing about the Mills plate that you wouldn't be able to do if you just glued a piece of wood to the bottom of a base plate is Mills plates also make it easier to get lighting systems in, because you can lift up the little plates on top, run the wires through the gap, and then you've got the wires hidden underneath and you can just bring them up where you need them. So it's easier to hide the wiring for when you start lighting stuff up. And although it's not something I'm going to be doing immediately from the start, eventually I would like to get to the point where most of the buildings in the city are lit up, because I think it looks awesome. Priority one is get the city built first, but I certainly think in the future, once it is built, there'll be a long project of, right, now I want everything lit up. And if it's all on Mills plates, it makes that process that much easier when that time comes. Right. And then that goes there, and we have another little area to build on now. A good birch plywood isn't exactly cheap either. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I did a lot of research. I think the way I've done it is about as cost effective as it's going to get. I've got loads. I bought 10 kilos of bulk Lego as well, so I'm hoping most of the parts that I need for it will be in there. I do need to sort through that at some point, see if it's any good, and if it is, maybe do another order and get another bulk of that, because it's certainly the cheapest way to get 10 kilograms of Lego, that's for sure. But I don't know if it's going to be any good yet. I need to go through it. If it's just all loads of weird pieces that I don't need. What I want is it for the majority of it to be bricks. If I can get 3 or 4 kilos worth of bricks out of that, I'll be laughing. I cannot find the piece that I need. Where is it? That's the problem with everything being in these little trays. It's not spread out enough for me to rummage through it and find what I'm looking for. Where are you? Are you in there? No. There it is. There it is. I found it. Regarding my glued plywood, didn't realise they were a standard thing, Mills plates. And a good idea, relighting cable pack. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it is the standard. I did a lot of research on it. It's just normally people will use the official Lego plates. Or they say they would. They say they do. I mean, who's checking? Once you've turned it into a Mills plate, no one's ripping it up and checking if the Lego logo's on the base plate bit. I imagine there's plenty of people using third-party ones and maybe just not being open about it. But I'm not precious about that kind of thing. I don't mind you knowing. If anything, it makes doing them a little bit more accessible if I can show you a cheaper way to do them. Right, now what am I looking for? So many little fiddly bits. Fiddly bits. There we go. Are you the right fiddly bit? You might be. I think we're doing a chimney of some kind here, which is why it's so little and fiddly. Mills plates also allow you to build down into them for depth. Yeah, exactly. Lots of playing around you can do. So, having done lots of reading, lots of watching YouTube videos, lots of looking at other people's cities, the most common piece of advice that comes up a lot is do Mills plates from the start, because converting to them is a nightmare, and even if you don't think you want them at the start, you'll eventually want them and you'll have to convert to them and it will be a nightmare. So just do it at the beginning. So I've taken that advice on board that seems to be out there over and over and over again. Lego might not want to work with me though. So they're 100%. I mean, honestly, it'd be a nice little treat, but I see lots of people complaining about the Lego Ambassador Network and some of the hoops you have to jump through as part of it. So if we never become a part of it, it's probably not the end of the world. I mean, I'll don't get me wrong. If the opportunity comes up to do it one day, we probably will. But I don't think it'll be a disaster if we never do. Can this set fit on a Billy bookcase? Width-wise, probably. Height-wise, you would have to make a big high shelf. It wouldn't fit on a standard arrangement. But yeah, I think certainly. I mean, we'll know for sure when it's done. But my first instinct, based on how wide I think it's going to be. Oh, I've done it again. Yeah, based on how wide I think it's going to end up being. Yeah, I think so. Go in there and then in there. Drains, ponds, down. Yeah, all that stuff. Are we finishing the Batman? Alright, pop that in there. Although I do obviously need to record a couple of Football Manager videos as well, because I am away for a few days. So I can't just spend tomorrow streaming this as much as I would like to if I don't get it done. Don't forget, don't cross them. Don't cross who? And we're back. What, did we go somewhere? The stream went down, did it? Oh, wow. Okay, so the stream went down. Weirdly, no, I didn't even notice. Weirdly, according to OBS, I didn't drop a frame. So I wonder if that was just YouTube having a moment. Because as far as my internet is concerned, my computer, my internet thinks there was not a problem. There's no evidence on my end that anything was dropped there. It's still showing as excellent stream quality, no dropped frames. So I think that was probably just YouTube having a moment. So don't worry, we're good. We're still fine. We don't have to resort to running a long cable up the stairs just yet. Right. Well, what am I doing here? Need 2 of those as well. There we go. Right. So you, and then you. home plugs are the way. The thing with home plugs, and we have bought a set, and we talked about them a little bit. We talked about home plugs a little bit yesterday. That's weird because that's not really connecting properly. I have to rip out half my office to set the home plugs up. So I'm not in a desperate rush to do it because my router is in my office and I don't really want to destroy my office to get to the wall to be able to do it. I don't know why I pulled these bits out. I don't need them for this. That's why I'm getting confused. I've got bits ready that I don't need for this section. Was I supposed to use them previously? No. I have no idea why I have them in my hand. Do I know the measurements of the Gotham set? No, they don't appear to be on the box either. I imagine they're on the Lego website. I mean, it's about twice this. So this bit is probably about 40 centimetres wide. Maybe a little less. So I imagine it's maybe about 75 centimetres width. And then height-wise, with the Batman sign on top, probably about 40 high. Would be my guess, but that is a guess. So if you need to know for sure, have a look on the Lego website. It will definitely be on there. Right. It's on there. Looks better from the front than it does from the back. It does, but I was showing you width. I wasn't showing you how cool it looks. Got to start getting you to forget what that bit looks like. So when I do the big reveal at the end, you see it all together for the first time. You're like, oh wow, wow. I want to hear those noises through the internet. All right. So there. We've got some nice clicky noises on this set because so much of it is pushing in plates onto plates. There's lots of lovely clicks, and we are right below the microphone as well, which is probably picking up all of the lovely clicks. Lovely and clicky. Right, we're looking for a curvy bit. There it is. I've got it, don't worry. There's so many little fiddly bits in this section. There you go, we've got the dimensions. So 41 centimetres wide. I wasn't far off, was I? And 76... Oh, I was not far off with 75 by 40. Oh, I've done very well there. I feel like I deserve a round of applause. Feel free to give me a round of applause in the comfort of your home for just how close I was with guesswork. Because that's incredible work. Would you consider making a full-size Lego hot tub for my streams? I would not, no. 1 centimetre off, that's good eye measurements. Yeah, exactly. And no one's ever going to guess 76 centimetres, are they? They've done that deliberately to stop people guessing right. Just trying to mess with me, you monsters. Right, the one problem I've got in here compared to my office is because I don't have an overhead light as such. The light coming off the book is a little bit harder to see, so I have to kind of angle the book to be able to fully see what we're doing. These are the wrong bits. They're the bits we want. So we're going with that, and then that. Probably was 75 before they added the black border. There you go, exactly. How long do I have left for the build? I mean, we've got about 150 pages of instruction manual left. I would say we're well over 3/4 of the way through. So we're doing all right. We're certainly going to try and get it done tonight. What is the time? 9:30. It might not be. It might not be happening, but we're going to try. I'm not against sitting here until midnight if needs be. I'm probably not going to go beyond that. So if we can get it done by midnight, then it gets done tonight. If not, I'll have to stream for a bit tomorrow to finish it off. Because I acknowledge, having now said it out loud, I acknowledge it would be cruel to stream the whole build apart from the bit at the end where you get to see it finished. So I will make sure the whole build is streamed. I'm not necessarily going to do all of our builds, all of my builds completely streamed. Sometimes we'll just stream a bit. But I think for these early ones, it is quite fun to have you in for the whole thing while we're establishing the stream. I don't really know. It's another one of those things where I need to have a look to see how people do it, what the industry standards are. Because I get that I get the impression that streaming is quite a common thing in Lego, but I don't really know how people do it. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way. I've not watched one, so I don't actually know if I'm doing it the way other people would do it. I'm just doing it the way that's logical to me. Will this be finished before Posh are crowned champions at Wembley? Yes. One way or the other, this will be done before I leave for London. Even if it means me leaving late, I can't leave late. Literally, the first thing I do when I get down there is I've got a meeting with Xbox, and then heading to Bromley and filming with Xbox. So I cannot be late. Right. Getting all these little fiddly bits. We love a fiddly bit. So we're doing some windows again. We love a lovely window as well. So that goes there. How does the new microphone sound, by the way? It's one of the Elgato Waves. Hello, this is me talking right into it. I would like to think this sounds delicious. It's the one that Anna uses one of these for the podcast. So we've had them around the house for years. This is I bought myself one. Made sense to have my own. But how does it sound compared to what we were using in the office? My estimate would be it's not as good as what I use for Football Manager, but it's probably better than that shotgun mic that I was using in the office for the last few Lego streams. So I imagine we probably improved compared to yesterday. I just got chills when you leaned in. I mean, we could do some bedtime stories on here, couldn't we? We could bring back late night love. This is where we're going to find out how good the microphone is. Right. Yoink. Not as good as what you use for Football Manager, but better than what you used for the last few Lego streams. There you go. That's exactly the review I was expecting. That's pretty much where it should be. It's a £100 mic rather than a £500 mic like I use for Football Manager. But I'm not going to get one of them in here because that would be massive overkill for this. We're doing a little block that's basically got studs all around it. I believe we're going to be covering it in something in a moment. So that's going in the back there. And we're covering it in circles. Don't know what it is. Don't know what we're making here. Can't beat a bit of Graham Torrington. He stole the idea from me. He travelled in time and stole Late Night Love from me. Right, oh, this is a clock. We're putting 3 identical clock stickers on it, which I need to make sure I get the right way up, because it'll annoy me forever if I don't. So, like that. 12's at the top of a clock, right? So we're back using an orange brick separator up here. So if you weren't in at the start of the stream, the first thing I did was basically throw my brick separator across the room by mistake. But luckily, because we're in the Lego room, I got loads in here. I don't have this many in the office. And there we go. That is clocks all around. I guess we're doing the top of a church here because we're now putting a... It's like a little church tower anyway. It's a little church tower, I think. If it's not a church tower, I have no idea what it is. Is there a church in Gotham City? I imagine there probably is. But it's going in here. There we go. So that's in. It's certainly a clock tower, if not a church tower. How do you mistakenly chuck something across the room? Just flung out of my hand. Is that tray built for Lego? Just looks like you're late for lunch. I mean, it was in the kitchen section in IKEA, so probably not. It was 75p. We spent ages searching all the different sections, like the organisation section in IKEA, and couldn't find anything that was exactly what we were looking for. And then we basically gave up, walked through the kitchen section, and these were there for 75p. And it was like, that is exactly what we were looking for. So this was the answer. And you go there. So good work, IKEA, for having an excellent piece of equipment. That it's as if it was designed for the purpose. I suspect it wasn't. Because they have the Lego partnership, don't they? If it was actually designed for Lego, they'd probably just say. I'm surprised they don't have a really good Lego tray. New setup looks good, thank you very much. Certainly nice and light in here, which is nice. Right, that is the Riddler that we've just poked in there. And then we've got lots of little double studs to go in next to him. So it's a brown on top of a grey. And we need 6 of them. And they're incredibly fiddly. Ah! That's how you accidentally throw something. Spanner Jr., thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the Wall of Fame. You will be added. We will sort your brick soon. Head to the community page, where you will find a post of me asking what name you would like on your brick. Because I can't fit much on them. They're small bricks and I've got big writing. But it's all on the community page. The bit that's specific for channel members. But yeah, we'll get that brick on there. Certainly before the next Lego City update video, the Wall of Fame will be updated as well. Right, we've got a couple of little cogs, but I don't think they're acting as cogs here. I think they're just going in for decoration, but we'll whack them in. So they go in there, and then that goes in there, and that goes in there. And we've nearly finished another bag, boys and girls. So we've got a corner piece there, and then this goes across into that gap. And these 2 in there. And then that across the bottom there. And I think that's probably that for this bag. So let's give you a little update of how we're getting on. There we go. That's this side. This is the area we've been working on, is kind of this area here. Building up some of the depth in there. It is starting to look so cool. Just to remind you again just how thick this thing is. It's going to have some weight hanging off the wall. Some significant weight. Ah! That won't be the first piece of Lego that ends up on this floor. I am barefoot as well, so I'm asking for trouble. Bag 30 of 44. We are getting there. Slowly but surely. We are getting there. We're on page 142. I think it's 290 pages. This is book 2. So we are about 3/4 of the way through, both in terms of bags and instruction manual. So we are plugging along. Just responded to the community message, gave me 2 options based on length. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Oh. Right. Got some big, chunky bits of brick. It is a girthy boy. I saw someone say it's a girthy boy. It is a girthy boy. Very girthy is a great way to describe this set. It's got some weight to it, that's for sure. Right. The bit we're working on now is kind of under the microphone, so you'll get some clicks. Little ASMR Lego clicks. That's what you're here for. Oh, and now we need these big plates that we just discarded a second ago, so we're now filling in this big open area. So we need the big black one, goes there, and then the small black one, and then the small blue one. And that's now given us another big area to build something pretty on. Keep saying about membership, but there's no option on the app to join. Yeah, I think it's something you can only do on PC. It's a weird YouTube thing. Channel memberships have existed for years and years and years. But on the, I think is it the iPhone app? It's one of the apps. You still cannot do it on the app. You have to go onto a computer to do it. Or follow the link directly. I think if you go, there's at the top of the description on the videos, there is a URL you can go to that would allow you to do it if you want to join. But yeah, YouTube, it's one of the main things that holds me back from streaming Football Manager on YouTube. The fact that it's not easy to become a channel member. That being said, the incredible support we've had here has certainly changed some of the opinions that I had about attitudes to streaming on YouTube. Because in my head, streaming on YouTube, certainly last time I tried it regularly, which was a good few years ago now, the attitude on YouTube was very much not to support the creator. Now, it might just be that I've got a uniquely awesome audience, or it could be that those attitudes have changed over the years. I imagine it's a little of both. You lot are all right. I reluctantly admit you lot are all right. I could have done worse with this little community. Talking of community as well, I don't mention it often enough, but if you're not on the Discord yet, get on the Discord. I keep meaning to add it to my link tree. I still haven't. But if you go onto the community page, and there is a link to it on there. And unlike the Football Manager one, which if you've been around for a long time, you might well be a member of the Football Manager one. Unlike the Football Manager one, I've actually been posting regularly in this one, because I've actually got things to say about Lego. Because we share deals, we put pictures of our builds, pictures of our hauls. Yeah, we're having quite a nice time over on Discord. So if you haven't joined yet, you know what to do. Right, we've now got to the stage where there's 2 very similar colours of the same bricks going on, and this is going to end in tears. I guarantee it's going to end in tears, because what we've got is these 2 shades of the same brick, which for a colourblind man such as myself is just asking for trouble. I believe Apple takes a cut of subscriptions, which is why Google doesn't allow memberships for iOS. Fair enough. All comes down to money. 2 massive companies with loads of it, but they still want more than the other company. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. But Twitch you can sub through the app, can't you? So Amazon are also a massive company, but I guess have recognised that, okay, Apple are going to take a cut, but it's still quite important for the creator that even with that cut being taken, we still quite like our audiences to be able to support us when they want to. And YouTube may be a little bit less keen to follow suit and do the same thing. Twitch sub is more expensive on the app. Is it? I never realised that. So again, that's another thing that I guess YouTube could do if they really wanted to. So let's face it, if they really wanted to, there's a way around it, isn't there? There's a solution. But I just don't think it's a huge priority for them. I remember I went to a meeting at Google when they were first launching them, and they were asking for feedback on channel memberships as a concept. And in that meeting, as someone who'd already been a Twitch partner for a few years at that point, unlike most of the other people in the room who hadn't ever really done live streaming, I was there as a regular Twitch streamer. And the first thing I said was, yeah, this is great. What you must do for channel memberships, and they still haven't done it, if they do nothing else, they must turn off ads for that channel. They still don't, as far as I know. But if they wanted channel memberships to really take off, that is the simplest thing they could do to make channel memberships suddenly much more appealing. Exactly what Twitch does. If you are a channel member, you don't watch ads on that channel. And I made the point there, as a creator, I'd much rather have someone who is a channel member and then doesn't ever watch any adverts than have someone who just watches adverts, because that shows a commitment. People are going to come back if they're a channel member. But they have their own ideas about how... I think part of it is because Twitch thought of it. They don't want to do it, which is annoying. Yeah, and I guess it would have an impact on YouTube Premium as well, which they obviously are always trying to push. I would urge people not to use AdBlock, because as somebody whose entire ability to pay his bills is based on people watching YouTube ads, AdBlock is a nightmare. I'd much rather you didn't watch my content at all rather than watch it with AdBlock. But YouTube Premium is great. I've had YouTube Premium since it came out. I haven't watched a YouTube ad for years because YouTube Premium is great. But yeah, please don't use AdBlock. And not even just for me. Don't use it for anyone. If you're watching YouTube content, let the creators get paid. For a lot of us, it's how we make our living. I know ads are annoying, but so is not being able to pay your bills. Lovely clicks. Lovely, lovely clicks. Twitch have a YouTube Red thing too, but it's buried in about 5 menus. Yeah, Twitch Nitro, is it what it's called? Or is that the Discord version? Everywhere's got one. But Twitch has always been more about individual viewers supporting individual creators, whereas YouTube has always been more about the site as a whole, hasn't it? That's what I mean about the two places having very different attitudes to things like channel memberships, which is partly why I've been so pleasantly surprised by how well received the channel memberships have been on this channel. But that could be because a lot of you have been trained via Twitch over the years. I don't know. Maybe it's time for a subscriber questionnaire. It's not. We're not going to do a subscriber questionnaire. I won't inflict that on you. But I am interested. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, Think an ad every now and again is a price to pay to watch a load of free content. Exactly. Exactly. And let's face it, no matter how much an advert might annoy you on YouTube, it's not going to be anywhere near as annoying as the adverts that we now get on Amazon Prime despite paying for it. That absolutely does my head in. Pay however much a year or a month or whatever. I don't even know how much we pay for Amazon Prime. But to then still have ads run on it. Anna was watching The Boys. Anna was lying there in bed. I was reading. Anna was watching The Boys on Amazon Prime. And then every 10 minutes or so, she'd get an advert for Peppa Pig. And it was such a weird contrast between The Boys and then flicks back round to Peppa Pig and then back again. It definitely took us out of the experience. Right. We're doing something. It looks like a cinema advert, maybe? Like a movie poster, is what I'm trying to say. When has anyone ever referred to it as a cinema advert? A movie poster. I think it's as a movie poster. And that goes at the bottom there. I'm a YouTube Premium user, so I don't get ads. So do I get a tiny percentage of my sub instead? Yeah. Yeah. When I get my my statement from YouTube at the end of the month, there'll be the ad revenue payment and then a separate payment for YouTube Premium. At the time, and I don't know if this is still the case now, but when it came out, we were told that as a creator, it is better for someone to watch and have YouTube Premium. We get paid more than if they watch adverts. This was like 5 years ago, so I don't know if that's still the case. But it's a decent amount of money that comes in from YouTube Premium every month. Which again, when that first came out, I was at a meeting for that as well. I like going to meetings. And said then, if you're going to do it, great, but give them a free sub, give a free channel membership. So everyone who has YouTube Premium should get one free channel membership a month. And they wrote it down and then didn't do it. Good old YouTube. YouTube always YouTubing. Right. We're putting a little circle on here. Don't know what's going in the little circle, but we have a little circle. Do I have sponsors to add my income as well as ad revenue? Yeah. We have a regular sponsor over on Twitch, NordVPN. They've sponsored me for years and years and years. And then I have like sponsors in videos from time to time. I haven't got any at the moment actually, which is not ideal. But usually, most months there'll be 2 or 3. In fact, I say I've not got one. I'm literally going down to London for a video I'm making with Xbox. So, Xbox are a sponsor at the moment. The world record was sponsored by Mitchum deodorant. So yeah, a lot of what I do involves brands and sponsorships. Right, what are we looking for here? That piece. New room, suddenly sorting. Much better view, by the way. Can see what you're actually doing. See, I told you all. Told you all there'd be a better view. It's not that I'm sorting as such. It's more a case of I'm just using my tray so it doesn't all go over the floor. I'm still not really doing anything to it. But yeah, This is how I've been using this room since we got the room ready. I use this little tray. I love this little tray. My little tray is great. Can see what's going on better. I said you'd be able to. This is why I said we didn't need a top-down camera. Sometimes Kev just knows. If there was ever going to be a set we did need a top-down camera for, it would be this one. Because it has so much fiddly little bits and it's all flat. But imagine when I'm building like a normal Lego set that's not one of these art sets, you're going to be able to see everything you need to see on this angle. So yeah, this angle is going to be fine. Yeah, this was why I was eager to get up here, because I knew how much better it was going to be once we got up here. It was very much, we had to be in the office because, I mean, I was waiting for this microphone arm to arrive. That arrived today. The webcam that I'm using arrived today because I'm using the new Elgato Facecam Mark II rather than a camera. And it's a nice camera. Elgato know their way around a bit of streaming kit, as we know from experience. They should sponsor me. Pretty much everything in is Elgato. All of the tech. We love a bit of Elgato. What set am I building next? After this one. The next one I do as a stream will be the Dungeons and Dragons one that I got the other day as well. I'll probably be continuing doing some of the smaller sets that are going to be decoration in the room off stream. But yeah, the next big set that will be for stream is the Dungeons and Dragons one. That's what we're going to be doing next week. That's why I want to get this one finished today or tomorrow at the very latest, because I want to crack on with the Dungeons and Dragons one as well. Basically to justify getting Dungeons and Dragons at launch rather than waiting for it to go on discount. Although to be fair, the gift with purchase is probably enough justification to have got it at launch, because that was first week only. So even if I end up not building it until next week or the week after or whenever, I wouldn't have got that gift with purchase if I hadn't have bought it when I did. So it still makes sense to have got it when I did. That's what we're telling Anna. It makes sense. Even if she thinks I'm bananas. As somebody who has never shown any interest in Dungeons and Dragons, I did try and say that the main reason is because I enjoyed Baldur's Gate so much. So that kind of got me into it. Oh, hang on, I've put that in the wrong spot. Have I? Yeah, I have. So that was supposed to be there. We're building something very awkward shaped, and I'm not really sure what it is. It might be like a vault door or something. I'll show you it in a second once it's been made. But it's not on the box, so it's definitely a hidden thing. Something we're not going to be seeing once it's all finished, unless we take it apart and start playing with it. Ah. But it definitely seems like a vault door of some kind. Maybe you should buy Anna a shark Lego set. Already got it. Already got her a shark. She just shook her head and pretended she doesn't love sharks, but we know she does. Right, so I don't know what this is that we've just made, but it's there. And now we're going to cover it up, I think. So let me know if you know what that is. It might make more sense once we add a little bit of context to it, maybe. There we go. So maybe, oh, hold on. For the creator, is there a difference to watching the whole ad or pressing the skip button? Yes. If you skip it, we don't get paid. is the main difference. You have to watch a certain percentage of it, and that'll vary from ad to ad. But yeah, we only get paid if you actually watch it. That bit does not want to hold in. Stay. There we go. This bit at the bottom is so fiddly. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. I hope there's not loads of tiny little bits on the Dungeons and Dragons set, because one thing I am going to need after a set like this is a palette cleanser where I've got one of these that I didn't need again, where I'm not doing lots of tiny little fiddly pieces constantly. It does look like a Ferris wheel, doesn't it? I don't think that's what it is, but it certainly looks like one. Is there a Ferris wheel in Gotham City? I don't know of one, but maybe there is. I don't remember the Batman animated series. Go back and watch it. It's on Netflix. I mean, it was early to mid 90s that it was on. It was on about around the same time as the X-Men cartoon. Two of the best animated series is ever made. Just both absolutely incredible. Both had a very strong influence on me. Right, so we're now putting loads of fence along the bottom. It might be a Ferris wheel, you know. Now you've said. Maybe there is a Ferris wheel that I don't remember. I'm not gonna tell you it's definitely not. Because I guess this could be like a fairground where the Joker hangs out, maybe? Possibly. And that goes in. We still haven't built the Joker minifig, actually. That one is still to come. Probably 3 vape shops and 7 Turkish barbers in Gotham now too. I mean, having a Turkish barber is always handy. I was hoping to get into the barber tomorrow before this Xbox video, but I don't think I'm going to have time. Especially if I'm having to finish making this. Ah! I love it, but it needs to be slightly shorter so that I can just get it on the wall now. But I'll look back on it and be like, yeah, that was such a fun set to make, because I am having a lot of fun with it. It is just absolutely full of nostalgia and awesomeness. Alright, next bit. Very bright green. Oh, I've done something wrong there. Bear with me. There's a picture of it on the end of the box behind you. Yes, there is. So it is in the finished thing. So it is a Ferris wheel. I've decided it's a Ferris wheel. Fair enough. I'll allow it. Are you green or black? Green. Good. You're supposed to be green. And get you on that. So I think this is the fair, Joker's Fun Fair, that we're doing here. There's lots of greens in it as well. Just watch the full 2 ads. Now that I know you don't get paid if I skip. That's very kind of you. Don't feel that you have to do that all the time. I know they're annoying, and I know there's a lot of them. But every time you do it, it is very much appreciated. But no, nobody can do that every time. It's not possible. And you go there. I've no idea what this is, again, by the way. That's like the motto of this build. The tagline on the box should be, I've no idea what this is. Because almost everything I make, I don't know what it is, and then it's done. It's like, oh my word, that snuck up on me. I didn't know that was coming. And I'm very much feeling like I'm going to have a moment like that again in a second, because we're putting so much detail on this, and I still haven't got a clue what it is. No idea. A car, maybe? Oh my word! We've been subtly doing the Joker's face all the way through. Next to the Ferris wheel. It's the Joker's face. And we've done it in 3 parts, so I didn't notice it was happening. That's bonkers. I love this set. That is incredible. Right, and now we've got another sticker. Number 12, amusement area. There you go, it all comes together. Sticking a sticker on a curved piece though is a nightmare. So don't appreciate this Lego. For the amount that these sets cost, we could have printed pieces for bits like this. A curved sticker onto a curved brick is a nightmare. Trying to line that up all the way along. No, that's nowhere near. I've given up with a brick separator. Oh, and it's getting worse. Oh no, this is horrible. Right, that bottom half is probably okay. We've done an okay job on that in the end, but that was horrid. Absolutely horrible. For a 200 odd pound set, Lego, that's not okay. Do better. Better than a straight sticker on a curved brick, probably. I'll allow it. Oh, we've got to do another one. Because that said amusement area. Now we've got to add this bit that says Jokers. So it's Joker's amusement area. After all that, we've got to do another same shape. Oh. Ah. Almost dropped it. Alright, let's try that again. See if we've got the technique down. Yeah, we haven't. Oh God. That one is not as good as the first one, but it's going to have to do because I've pushed it down now. That one's a bit off centre. That's going to annoy me forever, but it's fine. It's not fine, but it's going to have to be fine. I'm just not going to look at it ever again. Oh dear. You know, there are some people out there that don't put the stickers on the Lego. I do, but for a set like this, you miss half of what's going on without the stickers. There's like 60 stickers in this set, and a lot of the Easter eggs are stickers. So if you don't put the stickers on a set like this, that is all about the visual, it is an art set, there's not really any point getting it. Bag 32 this is, of 44. I see there were less moaners on stage Wembley to Wembley video. It's like you predicted that people would be impressed with it. I know. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I was very confident that it would be fine. And it looks like most people did come back for episode 2. So we didn't scare loads of people away. And I think it's one of the better videos I've ever made. And yeah, I think it's fine. Gave them something new to moan about, so they forgot about what they were moaning about yesterday, by finally bringing in the Google Maps thing that I've done on and off on Twitch a million times, but annoyingly Jack brought to YouTube first. So I've always been a bit reluctant to do, but I'm like, you know what? They're moaning anyway. Give them something new to moan about. It's good for engagement. We're bringing in Google Maps. So I think it was the perfect time to do it. So that fitted in nicely. And there'll be more of that throughout the series. I think it works well for a non-league series. When you're coming up against so many teams that you've never heard of, you don't know where they are, you don't know anything about them, I think it really helps to for the immersion to just learn a little bit about the real clubs. I think it's good. It's not something I'm going to do in non-league to legend. You don't need me to Google Maps outside of the San Siro. But when it's tiny little clubs that we don't know anything about, it makes all the sense in the world. Can't work out which way up this is supposed to be. So this is the Ace Chemicals sign that we're making here. Ace Chemicals sign. You go in there, and you go in there. Then where do you go? You go there. Okay. So you do watch Jack. I don't watch Jack, but I'm aware that he does it. One of the reasons I deliberately don't watch other creators is because I don't want to do stuff the way they do them. So I don't know how close what I did today is to what Jack does, because I've never seen Jack do it. I'm just aware that he does. But I don't want to know what he does differently, because I don't want to be influenced by it. So yeah, if it was very, very, very similar to what Jack does, then so what? But it was, yeah, I've never actually watched him do it deliberately for that reason. Where's my other little bit that I need? I feel like I'm a piece short here. I actually am a piece short here, I think. Unless it's hiding. It's always hiding. It's good to see parts of Jack's videos without Jack waffling away. Oh, that's outstanding. That is an incredible take. There's only so many ways you can look at a map and surrounding areas. And yeah, and I'm funnier than Jack, so I'll do it better anyway. Right, we're turning this upside down so it matches how it is in the book, or else I am going to just lose my bearings with it completely. So it's to the side of that, so it kind of goes there. It's almost going under the Joker bit that we just did. So we've got Ace Chemicals in behind the Joker's area, which is nice. Do you feel FM has been a poor offering last couple of versions? No, I think it's been really good. I buy into the hype. It is the best version they've ever made. I completely agree with that. It is good. It's just ready for change at this point. But actual quality wise, it is the best it's ever been, and I believe that. It was disappointing you didn't look at the Ferrero building in Street View though. I mean, I figured it just looked like a chocolate factory. I don't think Willy Wonka was going to be outside it. Oh God, we've got to put a sticker on one of these curved blocks. This is getting a little silly at this point, Lego. This is screaming of laziness. Which isn't a common accusation to throw against Lego, I don't think. But these could be printed pieces. I don't mind putting a sticker on a straight brick every now and again. Because I remember as a kid having stickers that would go across multiple bricks. And that was a nightmare. But having to stick them on little curved bits like that is horrible. And then it's never going to look good because I'm never going to get them exactly right. Because I'm a fat-fingered old oaf. And then another sticker. Stickers all over the place. Why do it when we can get mugs to pay £250 for the privilege? Yeah, I guess that probably is the thought process, but I don't know. It does take some of the shine off what has been a great set. Just how frustrating some of the stickers are. Something I'll need to remember to mention in my little review that I'm planning on making. It's one of the reasons why I want to finish it now, so I can do the review tomorrow while the build's still fresh in my head. Because if I wait until I get back, I'll forget the frustrations. I'll walk into here on Monday afternoon, see how awesome it is, and the review will just be all positive then. And it's going to be mostly positive anyway, because it's a great set that I would highly recommend. I've loved making it. But it does have its frustrations. And the stickers are definitely a big frustration. Just because of the sheer volume of them. This piece, by the way, is so cool. The way it's just completely surrounded and all shiny and lovely looking. That's a very nicely done piece. And that is going there, next to the Ferris wheel we just made. As we continue to add so much depth to the bottom of this build. Right, why is that piece not being used? I feel like a piece like that is never going to be a spare. So I think I was probably supposed to use it somewhere and didn't. So I'm now looking for where it was supposed to... Yeah, there you go. It was supposed to be there. Yoink. Sorted. They're never going to give you a spare one of those. Right, bag 33. Which is our final big red plate as well. Oh. Here we go. Ah, they've gone everywhere. I've not opened that bag properly. What am I doing? So that's 33. Does it happen often that Lego sets have missing pieces? Rarely. And if they do, they replace them. It's pretty rare. I had one missing piece on the new camp. First piece on the last plate. But yeah, it's pretty rare, I think. I think Anna's had one missing piece as well. So I think for the two of us to only have 2 missing pieces between us, with the sheer volume of Lego that we've bought and built over the last few months, would indicate that based on our sample size, it doesn't happen very often. And they send the replacements out so quickly as well, that even when it does happen, they fix it. Get all these black bits out of the way. I can actually see what's going on. Alright, so you are going there. And then you are going there. You are going there, are you? No, you're going there. I'm impressed at how much my buttocks can put up with this chair as well, because Anna keeps telling me I need to get a proper chair for this room, and my response to that is, it ain't gonna fit. Although it's much bigger than the room I've been working in for the last several years, it's still a really small room. This is a British house. The rooms are all small, a modern British house. We don't have big rooms. This is I think this is probably the second biggest bedroom. It might be slightly smaller than the one that Anna's now using for her Lego room. But, I mean, our bedroom that we sleep in is not much bigger than this. We don't really have big rooms in England, certainly not on newer houses. So, I want to fit as much Lego in as possible, not a big chair. So, I'm sacrificing the chair to make room for more Lego, which I think is reasonable. How do you prove it wasn't in the box originally? They've never asked us to. I imagine if you started abusing the service, maybe you'd be asked to do that, but like I say, I've done it once, Anna's done it once, and they've just immediately accepted it and sent out a replacement. So I think they just acknowledge that it does happen from time to time. They probably keep track on who's using it. I mean, if you were to tell them, yeah, there's 30 pieces missing, and you did that 2 or 3 times a week, they'd probably stop sending you stuff. But if you're doing the odd piece here and there fairly irregularly, then I think it's probably fine. And I don't think you'd get away with, the minifig was missing. Will Andy ever help with the Lego City? No. I mean, Andy will probably never see the Lego City, never mind help with it. He doesn't really come here. Well, he doesn't come here at all. He's not been back to visit once since he moved out, because it would just confuse him. As far as Andy's reality is concerned, this house is finished. So if he were to come back to it to visit, he would think that he could come back to live in it. And it would just be, it's a level of confusion that's not needed. So we go there to see him. He's never been here and almost certainly never will come back here, because it would just cause confusion. So yeah, he'll never see it. And I mean, I couldn't have done this with him living here anyway, because he'd want to play with it all and it would all get ruined. So it's one of those things where couldn't have ever done it with the kids around anyway. Kids are the worst people to have around Lego. When I rule the world, I will make it law that kids must stay away from Lego with their sticky little fingers. How's Anna getting on with her build? I haven't heard anything from upstairs. I think she's actually gone downstairs to play a game, because she was installing Alone in the Dark this afternoon. So I think she's actually playing that rather than making Lego at the moment. She spent most evenings since her room was finished, she's spent building Lego. But she woke up this morning and her back was really, really, really bad. So I think she spent too long hunched over a table building Lego. So I think she's having a night off from Lego tonight. And is playing a computer game instead. How old is Andy now? 20? This is a big yellow area we're doing here. A big, big, big yellow area. Which I guess is part of a building. I don't really know what it is. Get you in there. These bits are definitely the bits that need the most concentration, because I'm having to follow exactly what's happening in the book to make sure it all ends up in exactly the right place. But we have, I think, finished fiddling with that area, and it's given us that. It could be the bat signal light, yeah, definitely. Will you have a bat signal light in the Lego City? I don't know, maybe. Now you've said it, it feels like a reasonable thing to have. There's certainly a lot that's going to end up in that Lego City. It's going to get very crowded very quickly, I think, which is not a bad thing. It's going to have lots of cool stuff in it. All right. I think we're doing another letter, because whenever we get these long black pieces, it usually means a letter is being done. So that goes there, and then a short piece. Where's my little half circle chappy? Where are you? I know I've seen you. I don't know which pot you're in. Oh, there you go. There you are. You little rascal. Yeah, so this is a letter that's forming. I don't know which one. Probably the A, I guess. This is an A. There we go. Where's the little thing that I need? This tray just needs to be ever so slightly bigger so that everything can spread out and I can actually see it all properly. Ah, crumbs, that's the wrong way round. The knoblet is on the wrong side, as is always the way with hinges. I don't know what it is. My eye sees hinges backwards. Is that a thing? Definitely feels like it's a thing. Hinges always look like they're the opposite of how they're supposed to be in my head. Right, and now we can put that bit in there. There we go. 1, 2, 3 of those. All things should be red and blue, no yellows. Yes, apart from the stickers, would I recommend this set? Yeah, definitely. It's brilliant. And it's going to look so cool on the wall. It's definitely going to be a piece that is on display forever. Because quite apart from anything else, can you imagine trying to break this set down for parts? When it's all plates and tiles. I mean, there's a lot of useful parts in it, but oh, it would be a nightmare. I'd have no fingernails left after it. So it's going to stay on display forever. It's a great set. I very much am enjoying making it, apart from the stickers. But If you're more accurate with your fingers than I am, even the stickers might not annoy you too much. My big issue with the stickers is I keep messing them up, which most people might not do. Not everyone is a clumsy oaf like I am. Oh. As demonstrated right on cue there. Solidifying my oaf status once again. I wonder what letter this is going to be. Have I seen the new but Despicable Me sets? I have heard they are a thing. I haven't actually seen them. But I obviously want a Kevin. Always want it. Every Kevin of any kind. So always on the market for a Kevin. So I will definitely be getting one. They out soon? Are they 1st of May or later on in the year? Alright. So we have a T and then I guess that's part of an M. So we're building across that way, I guess. And then I guess we've got to do the A as well. Do you struggle with getting the correct colours due to being colourblind? Yes, very much so. It's definitely slowing me down, I think, a little bit on this set. It is taking longer than I thought it would take, and I think that's a big part of the reason why the colours are a problem. There we go. So we're doing another A. We did an A earlier. I'm an expert at doing A's now. You'll really enjoy the Natural History Museum. I got it for Christmas and it looks very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to just getting stuck into all of the modulars. I can't wait to just get on with them. But like I said, I think in today's video I mentioned it, there's just no point doing it until we've got somewhere to put them, because otherwise they're just going to get damaged anyway, because I'm going to have to move them to do the raised platform. But yeah, I am ready to go with all of the modular stuff right now. Have I put that in the wrong? I've done that in the wrong place, I think. Again, I messed up the A last time as well. The A's are complicated. There we go. Okay, and then the other A didn't have one of these bits in, but I don't think. I won't argue. I'll trust the set knows what it's doing. And then we're going to pop another one of those over the top of there. There we go, it's coming together now. Again, so much depth as well. It could easily just be flat and boring looking, but they've got the font exactly right, which I still find fascinating. How good they've got the font. Let's do it against it. Move the opposite way. Kev! Move the opposite way to your hands, please. You look like an idiot. You go one way, have your hands go the other. This is why I failed my driving test 4 times. There we go. That was so much harder than it should have been. Oh my word. Right. There we go, that's got that locked in as well. And now we just need to pop some of these bits over it. So get those on. And then we've got some of these little shark pieces again, I call them, that make the little blimps. The tiny blimps that are in the distance. Opinion on Lepin instead of Lego. I'm not sure I know what Lepin is. I got arthritis in my thumbs when I started building again. Any side effects on the journey? I've got some calluses building up for sure. But other than that, no, I don't think so. So far, anyway. I mentioned a minute ago that Anna's suffering a little bit with her back, more than usual. I mean, she has a bad back anyway, but I think she just overdid it a little bit, hunched over. So I think both of us have got a history of dodgy backs. Obviously hers much worse than mine, but it is something we both, they just look so cool when they've got the white on them. Something we both need to be aware of, not to push too hard. As much as we both just want to spend hours upon hours building the sets at the moment, we do need to be careful not to injure ourselves. Which seems bonkers when talking about playing with toys, but we're not kids anymore. We can't spend all our time hunched over like we would have done. Right, so this is now getting attached. We are getting tight on space again. Oh. So that goes on there. It's coming together. Batty. Good. Oh, no, I've pulled the bat wing off. How was it? I think it was angled down like that. Space is becoming difficult as it just gets bigger and bigger. It's so big and unwieldy. It's ridiculously big. 76 centimetres, I think. Hurts my back. Got a chair that tilts forward. Still hurts the day after. Yeah. Lepin is a knockoff of Lego. 1/5 of the price and regularly okay to use. Lego officials will hate it, but good for background bits. I'm not really into getting the knockoff Lego. I don't have an issue with getting alternative brands, but I don't want them to just be brands that are just ripping off Lego. That's where I draw the line, I think. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a bat signal up here. It's going to go there, I think, on that big circle we've just got. Sean, thank you very much for the super chat. Thoughts on a top-down rig for streams and time lapses? I don't think we need it now that we've got this set up. It was something we talked about a lot when I was still in the office, but I think in here, I don't think you need it. This set is unique because it's so flat, so it's going to be a little bit harder to see. But when I'm building a normal set, you're going to be able to see perfectly from that camera angle. So I just don't think it's needed in here. If we were going to stay in the office, then yeah, it would have been needed because it was pretty hard to see. But in here, don't think it's necessary. And I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of time-lapse stuff, to be honest. I think Anna might. But I think the majority of the content I make is going to be Lego City and streaming. I don't think there's going to be a lot of me making videos where I'm building sets. Because I don't think that gets the best out of my talents. I think my strength is as a talker. So it's a bit of a waste having me just doing time lapses. I think I could be doing something else and using my talking ability. Right, last red bit. Would still look to Lepin for bulking out bits and background, or maybe for minifigs also. 30 minifigs for £15. Interesting. I've got a lot of bits left over here. Hold on. Have I done something wrong again? Why have I got so many pieces left over? Yeah, it's supposed to be up there. That's why I've missed a section. Whenever I have too much left over, it's always safe to assume that I've missed a bit. And that was very much the case there. There we go. So, that's bag 33 done. It is really taking shape now on this other half. And now, let's empty these in here and crack on with bag 34. Oh. What set would I like to see that Lego haven't licensed yet? Old or new? Pokemon. Pokemon. Please and thank you. Anything and everything Pokemon. I've actually bought a Mega Constructs Pokemon Centre because I'm having a Pokemon Centre in my city. I don't care. It's going in. But I'd much prefer it if it was Lego. But can't have a city without a Pokemon Centre. That's insane. I also really like the look of the Mega Constructs Castle Grayskull because I loved my Castle Grayskull as a kid. But I don't want to start filling my Lego city with loads of Mega stuff. I imagine I'll go one way or the other with that over time, I guess. I'll either relax even further and be like, I don't care, bricks is bricks. Or I'll end up pulling the Pokemon Centre out at some point and making a Lego version of it. Who knows which direction I'll go. But at the moment, the only way I'm getting a Pokemon Centre is with that set. Because I haven't got the skill to make my own version yet. But I will. Am I aiming to finish this tonight? Realistically, probably not. I started the stream with the intention of finishing it tonight. But having just seen what the time is and being aware of how much we've still got to do, I think it's unlikely. We'll do a few more bags. If we can get to the point where we've only got a couple of bags left to do, then I can do that tomorrow afternoon or something. I can't stream this tomorrow night unless Topher's Dingle Dongle's broken again. We'll have to check in with Topher. But I really need to stream some Football Manager. I've not streamed Football Manager all week. So I mustn't forget where my bread is buttered. As much as I'm enjoying the Lego is a long way away from ever being able to pay the bills. So I do need to stream some Football Manager. Last thing I want to do is upset the Football Manager folk and make them think that I just want to do Lego now, because that's not the case at all. I still love Football Manager. Always will love Football Manager. Right. But we could maybe stream a bit tomorrow afternoon if we've not got much left to do. You should add famous landmarks to the Lego City, like the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower. I don't think I have enough space. It's not a huge space that we've got. It's quite disheartening a little bit as someone who's just dedicated 2 rooms of their house to Lego, to be sat here having not even started building it properly, knowing that it's not ever going to be big enough to do everything that I already want to do. So I'm just going to have to make the most of the smaller space. But I watch a lot of these American creators with their massive houses and their massive rooms, and it's like, oh, so frustrating that your houses are so big, so much bigger than ours. We could never compete. So yeah, I've got I showed in today's video, I've got a pretty good idea of what I want in the city. And once all that's in order to get anything else in, I'm going to take some of that out. Or somehow expand the city, but I mean, I don't know how, unless me and Anna start sleeping in a tent in the garden. If both made the same money, which would I pick? I'd still want to do both. I could never not play Football Manager. I've played Football Manager pretty much every day for the last 30 years. There's never going to come a time where I don't play Football Manager. So, yeah, Football Manager's never going anywhere. Don't you worry about that. But I don't have to pick. I can do both. And it's fine. And I will be doing both, and it will be fine. And if anyone doesn't like it, they can bite me. Because I want to do both. Because I'm allowed to have multiple interests. Even if it's not really the done thing in content creation. Alright. Where's that little funny shaped one that I don't really know how to describe? It looks like something Batman-y. Is that the right size piece? I think it is. There we go. Do I have a loft I could convert for expansion? Not really. I mean, me and Anna have briefly spoken about it. I mean, it's very much... at this stage, it's a conversation similar to what would we do if we won the lottery, because it's such an unlikely scenario. But we have had the conversation of what if a year or two down the line we've got 500,000 subscribers on this channel, the house is full of Lego, we've got nowhere else to expand, nowhere else to put it, but this channel is our main source of income. We've had that conversation, and I think at that point we probably go and rent an office or a building or a warehouse or some, probably not a warehouse, we wouldn't need to go that mad, but we could go and rent a chunk of office space and just move it somewhere off site and do it that way. So it's something we would consider down the line, but obviously to get to that point, we'd not only have to be very, very successful, we'd have to be making absolutely bonkers money to be able to justify going and getting a whole separate building just to put Lego in. I mean, just saying that is insane, isn't it? It's an insane thing to even consider doing, ever. But if the channel grows to the point, and that's what the channel needs, then we're not against doing it. It'd be a fun adventure. Am I worried about the new FM game format and if it goes more towards console than PC? No, not at all. I hope it does go more towards console. From a creator point of view, I want it to be the same game on PC as it is on console. I want it to be exactly the same. Because as a creator, that stops cutting people off from watching my content. At the moment, the console crowd, which is the biggest player base now, more people play on console than any other version of FM now. It's completely taken over as their dominant format. So I want those people watching my videos. But they're not going to watch my videos because they'll put them on. The game looks completely different. They don't know what's going on, so they're not interested. Whereas if the game looked exactly the same on console as it did on PC, there's millions of new players who are looking for content creators to watch because no one's really making good quality console videos. So I want it to be the same. And if you look at stuff like Civilization and I don't know, any game that is cross-platform really. Diablo was out relatively recently. City Skylines as a similar kind of genre of game. These games look absolutely identical on PC to what they do on console. There's no reason why FM can't. And I hope it does. That's exactly what I want to happen. I think if they're doing a brand new game engine and redesigning the user interface, and they come back at us with still having one user interface for PC and one user interface for console, the only way to react to that is that they're absolutely insane and don't know what they're doing. Because that's got to be the plan, surely. It's got to look the same across platform. It would be insanity for it not to. I guess we're going to find out how insane they are. Any custom original builds coming on the channel? Yes. Don't know what, don't know when, but yes, it's definitely something I want to do. I mean, there's lots of custom stuff we're going to be doing. I've got quite a few rebrickables that I'm planning on doing as like a gateway to doing my own creations, and depending on how they go, that then dictates the other stuff. But yeah, there's going to be lots of stuff like that. I don't want to spoil it all, but we have quite a lot of sets that have been bought solely with the purpose of using them for rebrickable mods. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of that coming up. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I think that's going to be a really cool element of the hobby that I've never explored before. Right, we've got Harley and Poison Ivy next to each other over here. Have I seen Brixie and his new huge Lego studio? I have, and I'm very jealous. I've really struggled with this year's game, but I've finally got to say that it's engaging. Excellent. Make loads of shorts. Doesn't pay well, but if one short gets 20 million views, that will be like 500,000 subscribers. That'll make your videos be more recommended. What you're saying is kind of true, but also not strictly how it works. I am planning on making a decent amount of shorts, but based on everything I've learnt about YouTube, everything I've seen from my own experience, everything I've seen from research, it doesn't really work that way, because it's very difficult to get people to get shorts viewers to watch long form content. It happens, but it's rare. So I don't want to build the channel purely off the back of shorts. I would rather have 100,000 subscribers who are all there to watch full-length videos and streams than 1 million subscribers where most of them are there to watch shorts, for example. Like the new camera. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That was the plan. See, sometimes Kev does know what he's doing. People have just got to trust his judgment. That one's not directed at you lot. That was directed in a very specific direction. Right. What colour is that we're doing there? It's a darker one, I think. So I've got to do 2 of those. YouTube recommended vids, different story for me, and I find loads of new channels and sub. Excellent. Can't say I've ever subbed to a channel from a short. Yeah, exactly. Will we see the Dungeons and Dragons build? That's the plan, yeah. The plan is that that's going to be next week's streams. Or maybe the week after, or... The next thing that I stream after this build will be the Dungeons and Dragons build. So yes, you will see that. Oh, crumbs. I've stuck that in thinking I needed it, trying to be clever, but I don't at all, because it's that goes in there, like that. Don't try and second guess the set, Kevin. Goodness me. You should know better than that. That was naughty. Chastising myself. Right, where's this piece that I need? Is it this one? That one seems too short and that one seems too long. Which one is it supposed to be? I wonder. Why is the piece that I think I need not here? Is this right? So if that then were to go in there, is that right? No, it's not. Or is it? Hang on. Hang on. No, that's not the right bit. Why is the bit that I need not here? Boys and girls, answer me that. Have I cancelled any trips for Lego? No. That would be bananas. Why would we cancel trips? Was that previous bit supposed to be bigger? No. Curious. This is making my brain hurt. We're having a close look. So it definitely should be a four stud wide tile. But I've got several 3s and 1 6, but none of them are 4. So I must have used the wrong piece somewhere. But I don't know where. We're just having a little look back through to see where I might have used the wrong piece. No, that looks right. No, that looks right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. There is a chance we have a missing piece here, boys and girls. Time trust I go for a piece. No, it's going to be here. I think I'm just tired. I think this is my cue to make this the last bag. This is what my brain gets like when I start to get tired. So I'm fairly confident I'm going to find out what I've done. But I wouldn't have made the mistake if I hadn't have been tired. Yeah, I see what I've done. There we go. Found it. It was on this piece. It shouldn't have been a 4. It should have been a 3 and then a 1 on there with a stud on it. That's what I've done. Hang on. We got there in the end. This is going to be the last bag though. Because that was painful. Oh my word. So, how did that go on there like that? Yeah, so now I've got to get back to where I just was, which is here. And now I can do this bit. There we go. That was far too much like hard work. Have I still done that wrong? Oh, what on earth? My brain's just on shutdown. It is done. It's had enough. Come on, brain. Give me 5 more minutes. I've got a bargain with my brain. 5 more minutes. Let me finish the bag. Oh, no. There's a brown 4 wide on the side of the building. Yeah, I got there in the end. Right. Okay. Now we're back at full speed again. Let's. For a minute there, I thought I couldn't find the next bit. I was just going to go to bed and leave it. Let tomorrow morning, Kev, worry about it. Right. And then that goes on there. And that goes on there. And this goes there. Okay. That bit was easy enough. See, this isn't hard. Why are you making it hard, Kev? It's easy. It's making Lego. Have I seen there's going to be a pop-up Pokemon Center in the XL? I have. I just don't think I'm going to have time to go. Because is it the European Championships there or something? I am down in London this weekend, but I'm just busy the whole time. The only time I've got free is Sunday morning. But I'm staying over at Wembley Park. And if anyone's ever tried to get from the XL to Wembley, you'll know just how long that journey is. And as much as I enjoy a Pokemon Centre, I don't know that I want to be travelling like an hour on the tube, maybe even more. It could conceivably be longer than an hour. It's a horrible trip. So I think I'm probably not going to go. I've been to the Pokemon Centre there before when they had the World Championships there. And it was awesome, but I have also just spent every penny I've ever earned on Lego, so I can't really go and buy a load of Pokemon anyway. So it would just be punishment going in there and looking at all the things that I can't really afford to buy. So I've just bought a load of Lego. So it's probably for the best that I don't go anyway. I'm still hoping to go to Madrid for the for GoFest. So I'm going to get my Pokemon fix this year. Me and Sheepdog are planning on GoFest again, because we enjoyed it in London last year. And Madrid is a reasonable little hop over for a weekend of Pokemon fun, I think. A reasonable way for two adult men to spend a June weekend. I'm sure you'll agree. That goes there. Is that right? Or is that long? No, I'm just going to assume that's right. I think that's right. That looks right. I was going to ask about the taxi, but Sheepdog taught us how long it takes to drive across London. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'd be just as long to drive. I mean, I'm going to have my car with me, but I don't have any intention of driving across London either. So, I mean, we'll see. If I'm super bored on Sunday morning, I mean, the Posh match doesn't kick off until 4:30. So, I'm going to have some time to kill on Sunday. I'm filming with Xbox Friday afternoon and all day Saturday. And then driving over from the hotel they've put me up in. So they've put me up in a hotel near Bromley where we're filming. And I'm leaving there on Saturday afternoon, evening time to head over to Wembley, where I've booked myself into a hotel. So I'm near the football. So I suppose, depending on what time it's open until on Saturday, maybe there's a lot of pieces left here. I'm just checking if I've missed something. If there's time, like if I finish filming reasonably early on Saturday, there might be some time then to head over to the XL on the way through. I'm sure I can divert my way from Bromley to Wembley and just pull into the XL car park, which even if I'm only there an hour will charge me the £20 day rate, because the XL car park is a nightmare. So we might go, but like I say, I wouldn't spend any money anyway. Right, boys and girls, that's where we're leaving it for this evening. So let me show you the whole thing as it currently is. You'll see just how close we are to being done. I've pulled the bat wing off again there. Some of it's a little flimsy still. So this is the bit we already had done from yesterday. I'm not going to attach it together, but you can see just how close we're getting. So you've now got a real good idea of what the size of it is going to be. Obviously, that's going to link up at the top on the M. And we're going to fill in this area. And then there's just other little bits for us to pretty up. But you've just seen how long it took me to figure out what I was doing before. So I am too tired to do it tonight. It's 11:05. I'm a tired boy. So I think I'm just going to plan to get up at a sensible time tomorrow, and get it hopefully streamed tomorrow afternoon, or hope that Topher's dingle dongle is broken so I can stream it tomorrow night. But we will get this finished hopefully tomorrow, and then I'll hopefully get a YouTube video out on it over the weekend, where we can see some of it in a little bit more detail as well. But as it stands at the moment, it is a genuinely beautiful thing. Look at that. And this is the great thing about this camera shot in the Lego room, because I could not have shown you that angle of it in my office. So that does look absolutely awesome. Right, let's keep this bit at the front, because this is the bit I'll be working on at the start of tomorrow. So I'll pop that against the wall there. That can go over to the side there as well. And I will say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. I know it was a little bit of an odd start as I tried to figure out how to stream off of a Mac. It's not easy, but I think we got there in the end. The new stream setup is looking awesome. I'm very much looking forward to all the other content we're going to be able to do in this room. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support again. All the new channel memberships and super chats and all that kind of stuff is, as always, very much appreciated. And just thank you for hanging out with me for, what, 3 hours, 2 hours? a little while anyway. Thanks for watching, folks. Make sure you leave a like on the way out. Subscribe if you don't already. Thank you for watching.